Yeah, hi everyone. So today, we are going to see a topic, very important and very trending topic now. So SAP ECC versus S4 HANA. Okay, so this is the topic we are going to have it here. So I think in the last session we have just seen about the introduction and all the part is clear now. So now we are going to see about the SAP ECC versus S4 HANA. So what are the features we have? So what are the things we have just loaded up in S4 HANA? Then we are going to see about how this S4 HANA became a successor of SAP ECC. Okay, what is an ECC first of all? Okay, so why it was dropped, why S4 HANA has been brought up. So there are separate things out there. Okay, so there are certain things you need to understand here. Not only the features, you need to understand about the backstory also, why it is happened. Because we cannot expect what are the things the customers or the users they will be asking you. Okay, so as a consultant, as a beginner, so you should have a clear idea about that. Okay, yes, let's have that one. So before getting into the main points of features, okay, so let me give a clear understanding about this. Okay, yes. So what is an SAP ECC here? Okay, so SAP ECC stands for, okay, it is, okay, so ERP, okay, central component. Okay, it is ERP central component. Okay, yes. So what this ERP ECC is done of? Okay, so we had lot of versions. I told you right in the last introduction session, I told you right we had lot of versions of SAP here. So SAP R1, R2, R3. So in that particular line, okay, so SAP ECC is the first business model. Okay, it is the first business model. Okay, it was launched in SAP. Okay, previously we don't have any business model. What is that business model means? For an example, if you go for a supermarket, so you're just taking a basket and you're just picking all these things like product 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, here and there you're just randomly picking it and making one basket, right? So but if anyone is already picked up and giving you a package, so that is what it is, a package, right? We will getting a combo for all these things, right? It's a package. Okay, so the customer wants SAP, we are giving in a package. So the customer don't want to worry about here, there, all this, or something they will missed out all these things. Okay, we are giving as a package. We don't have any product like that previously. So this is the first product is SAP has launched this first business model for SAP as an SAP ECC. Okay, and it is one of the very successful product in SAP. So till now, because it was launched earlier in 2000, but still till 2015 it was there in the market. Okay, still it is in market. Okay, so anyway, the SAP has been stopped. For an example, so when we launched by, for an example, 2015 we have launched SAP S4 HANA, right? So that particular period we launched, so that time this ACC has been completely stopped. Okay, in terms of sales. Okay, in terms of sales, okay, we stop the complete sales. If you are getting into the market, you want to purchase any SAP product, so ECC will not be available. Only this S4 HANA is now available because the sale is stopped. But why still we are talking about ECC? The sale is stopped, right? So why we are still talking about this ECC is one of the important factor as a beginner you need to understand. So almost 60%, okay, of world, okay, SAP customers, okay, of SAP customers are still using ECC. Okay, so surprising, right? Yes, okay, still almost 60% of world SAP customers are still using ECC because it's one of the very successful product which was launched before S4 HANA. Because before S4 HANA, there is no business model is available. Only this is available. So all the customers are bound to take this particular part. So now still they are using, even though we stop the sales. If we stop the sales, only the new customers will be stopped. What about the existing customers? So we have almost 60% of existing world SAP customers are using ECC. So now the target is very simple. Okay, so we want to bring all the customers into SAP S4 HANA because ECC is stopped. Okay, so how we can able to bring that? Because so we cannot ask all the customers to stop using ECC because they already paid for it and they are using that. So we just only stop, we can able to stop only the new customers. How this old customers can be stopped and migrate to S4 HANA? So SAP has recently announced one particular announcement here. That is what the breakthrough. Okay, so what is that announcement is? Okay, so SAP has announced that. Okay, so SAP announced, okay, so what is it announced that? Okay, so in 2025 this SAP ECC is going to completely sunset. Completely. Okay, so completely it's going to sunset. Okay, so what is going to stop? Okay, so till now, okay, till today we are giving a support to ECC users. SAP is giving a supports in terms of security, in terms of live support, in terms of error support, in terms of package support, in terms of upgradation support. All the support the SAP is giving that one, because so we are paying for some amount for the customers or SAP for that particular thing. Okay, we will discuss about that when we go to the discussion about the implementation, all these things. I will say about the weightage also. So what is the weightage of this SAP, how much we are investing on this SAP also. I'll just give you the detailed calculation of the cost. You will understand that. Okay, so now we got a clarity that okay, ECC is completely going to stop by 2025. There is no more ECC in the part, right? Yes. Now what will happen to the 60% of customers? That's a question. Okay, so what that 60% of customers will do is, this 60% of customer will, okay, migrate to S4 HANA. Very simple. This is what we want. Okay, right? So this is what we want, because we are learning S4 HANA now. So we are going to get into the market as a beginner. Okay, as a fresher, I'm just getting into the market. So I need the opportunity. Here is the opportunity. We have the opportunity here. Almost 60% of customers who is already been using this ECC. So within the short period of 2 years, they want to migrate to S4 HANA. See the opportunity what you have in front of you. Okay, so not only 2 years, okay, within 2 years, not all the customers we can expect, but the time period of 5 years, next 5 years, you have a very golden opportunity to get the market, to get the career. Everyone will get a job, because 60% means that much of, even we don't have that much of consultant. See, this is happening in the market. Okay, yes. So this is how this ECC has been stopped and S4 HANA has been taken up. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. And also SAP ECC has lot of gaps. Okay, we had a lot of gaps earlier to address that also. I will just explain that what are the gaps we had and how we are fulfilling in S4 HANA. So that is also a major reason. Okay, one is, so it has been already ruled the market for almost 10 to 15 years. So we want to bring a new product into the market with the feature loaded. That is the one reason. Second reason for this particular S4 HANA successing is, so we are just bringing, okay, so some gaps. Okay, what are the gaps we had in ECC? All these gaps we need to fulfill that. Okay, definitely. Okay, so whatever the product you launched as a new, so definitely there will be a gap. Okay, so what are the gaps we had and how it is S4 HANA is going to fulfill? What are the additional features this S4 HANA is going to give? All these things we are going to see now, right? Yes. Okay, so we can get into that and we can able to see this. Okay, listen carefully. Okay, this is one of the very key topic, because next 5 years wherever you go, so whatever you just pick, so it will be related to these two topics. Okay, right. Okay, so I'll just get into the presentation here. Okay, yes. Okay, let's get into the presentation here. Okay, so this is what we just discussed now. So SAP ECC versus S4 HANA. So now we are going to see the differences between the ECC and S4 HANA. So almost we got some idea. Okay, that is a old product, this is a new product that was launched in 2000, this was launched in 2015, and that was already ruled for 15 years. Now the S4 HANA is going to rule for next 20 years. So this is already we got the solution, and ECC is a old product which is having some limited options and features. S4 HANA is a new product which is having a feature loaded. So these all general ideas. So generally we will have some clarity on this particular part. Now I'm just going to give you more clarity on this particular thing. What is the actual features what we have, and how we can able to convince the customer, ultimately how to convince a customer, because now the customer will ask, as a consultant, if you go and convince a customer, so try to migrate to S4 HANA, the latest product, he will ask what you have in S4 HANA. And also the second question will be what we don't have in ECC. We have an ECC now. Okay, so why I want to go to S4 HANA. So what I don't have here, what I have there. Okay, so that's the question you will be normally getting that. So that's the question you are going to answer now. Okay, so let's get into the part. Okay, yes. So if you're getting into the part, okay, the first thing is the database. You can see the database option here. Okay, the first thing you are going to think about the database. What is a database? See, the first thing you need to understand is, okay, so every particular software, okay, especially you can take an ERP tool, okay, that needs a database. Okay, database is nothing but, for an example, in your laptop you are having a hard disk, right? Why you are having a hard disk? So to store the information, right? You store the information, store the movies, store the files and all these things. Same thing, this database also works as the same. Okay, it is going to store the information, but this is not going to store only the information of other thing. It is going to store the information of SAP. Okay, it is going to store the information of SAP. Okay, so how it will store the information is, it will store in the format of tables and fields. Okay, it will store in the format of tables and fields. Okay, so for an example, just take an example about the tables and fields, because if you are getting confused on this, you will not understand. Okay, so tables means, for an example, okay, I'm just taking an example here. Okay, so for example, for okay, for you can take, for an example, we are going to store the, okay, vendor information. Okay, the vendor information, okay, to be stored. Okay, so vendor information to be stored, in the sense what we will do. Okay, we need a table. Okay, we need a table to store that. Okay, so there is a table. Okay, for an example, you can say table X. Okay, so in this table, okay, in this table X, there will be n number of fields will be there. Okay, there is a field 1. You can see there is a field 1. Okay, so there will be a field 2, and there will be a field 3. Like that, the fields will be there under this table. Okay, what the field 1 will have, for an example, okay, so you have the name of the vendor. And for an example, what is the field 2 will do? For an example, the address of the vendor. So what is the field 3 will do? For an example, the email of the vendor. So like that, so every particular thing what we are going to store in this particular SAP will have a table, and that table will have a number of fields to be stored. One table, many fields. That is a concept. Okay, so this is how the system will store in the system, in database. This information is all about. So this will be for storing and also for retrieving. Okay, we are retrieving the data. We want the data from SAP. Also, we will take it from this same field. Okay, for your better clarity. Okay, right. So now coming back here. Okay, so now coming back here. Yes, so now you can understand here. Okay, so this database is required. So what we are using in this ECC is, so one of the biggest gap in this ECC is this one. So it can be installed in any database. So what is the disadvantage? You will not get, right? Yes, I'll just make it very clear. For ECC, for an example, what we can say, for an example, you are inventing a product. For an example, you are inventing a product. Okay, so that will be used only in your control. Means that product should be available in only your control, right? Normally, that is what you will be asking. For an example, you are just what to say? So you're just manufacturing a car. You are inventing a car. Okay, so but that car can use any remote to open. Means what is the use of that? Okay, now normally it is like that, right? So you can say, okay, if you have a car, so that car should be controlled only by you. So you should have one remote. That your remote should be unique. This car should be opened with only this remote. For an example, if you have a car, but that can be opened with any remote available in the market, means, so that is how the ECC is being used. That can be installed in any database. So we don't have any dedicated database. Yes, we had. So we had one dedicated database for ECC, so which has been suggested by SAP, that is called a Sybase. SYBASE. Okay, Sybase, that is also a database which is available. But thing is, so we don't have the control here. So we don't have the control, right? So we have just clearly mentioned that it can be installed in any database. So all the competitors brought their database. For an example, best example is most of the SAP ECC is installed in the platform of Oracle. So it is really surprising, right? Yes, because it is being there, because it's an open database. So Oracle is having a very good database. So they all the ECC. So we are running our system in the competitors platform. That is what this ECC is all about. But in S4HANA it is not like that, because in S4HANA we can able to install this S4HANA only in HANA database. We have a dedicated database here. So we store the information only in this HANA database. It will not work in any other database. If you bring any third-party database, it won't work. So that is the advantage here. Okay, that is the biggest advantage here, and that is the biggest gap we had in ECC. We just closed that loophole here in S4HANA. This is one thing regarding the database. Okay, so coming to the next one, we are seeing about the tables. Just now we have seen, right? So the tables we are using for storing the information. So at the header level, all these things. So in ECC, what we have is, okay, so we have, okay, so the multiple tables and aggregate tables here. So we have multiple tables and aggregate tables in the sense lot of complicated tables will be there. Small informations are stored in a table, small informations are having a lot of fields. So what happened, you have n number of tables in the thing and you have n number of fields in this particular thing. What will happen is, okay, so the searching will take more time. For an example, you are asking some information to SAP. By searching all these things and giving a data to you, it will take some time. Here where we are getting the performance down. Okay, here where we are getting the performance down. So but in S4 HANA we don't have like that. We have lot of compressed, tables has been compressed, and we are using some single level tables here. For an example, you can see universal journal. So this is one of the table we are using in the finance. So most of the informations are stored in one table. And you can see most of the logistics tables, logistics in the sense sales, other particular modules also, they have reduced maximum here. Even in our inventory management, in our also, we have reduced a lot. You can see a difference here. Okay, I'll just show you this screenshot. You can see here this picture. You can understand here in the top column. You can see this is what we have in particular ECC here. You can see how many tables we have. See, this is for sales, and this is for and this is for inventory management, and this is for accounting. You can see how many tables we have for this one. Okay, this much of tables means whenever you ask anything, the system has to go through all these tables and fields, and finally it will give the data. Here where we are losing our performance. But here you can see in S4 HANA we have a single mass tables. You can see a single mass tables. You can see MATDoc. MATDoc is one table where it will comprise all these things. Okay, it will comprise all these things and it can be done in one table. Like that, here you can see in finance it is called as ACDoca. ACDoca is a very popular table in S4 HANA. Okay, so I'm going to show you that when you go into the server. So I'll show you that these all tables how it will be. So you will get all the comprised data of accounting. Individually we are storing all this information, right? This all information you can get it in this one table. So your time is saved, right? So ultimately we need to save the time. For an example, if I want to find one data, I want to find one house. So I want to search 100 house, then only I will find one house, means I cannot able to spend that much of time. That is what happened here. So that S4 HANA is having a very beautifully structured. Okay, right. So the next thing is, okay, regarding the next thing, what we are going to have is, okay, so we are going to have the migration tools. One of the most popular topic here, the comparison between ECC and S4 HANA is the migration tool. What is this migration tool? Okay, so we are just speaking about the migration, right? For an example, the people who is using the ECC, so they want to migrate to S4 HANA. So there is no other option. They want to migrate to S4 HANA. So what is the tool we need to use? We cannot just blindly move this from one part to another part. It is not like that, right? So we need a proper tool that. So we have ECC, we have a tool called LSNW. Okay, so we have a tool called LSNW, and in S4 HANA we have a tool called LTMC. Okay, let's see the difference about this. Okay, I'll just give you the difference about this, then we can come back here. So that will give the clarity, because this is all the very important topics. Okay, yes. Okay, so what is the difference between, okay, so what is the difference between, okay, so you can see the LTMC and LSNW. You can see LSNW, okay, so which was used, okay, for ECC, and LTMC we are using for S4. So LSNW stands for, okay, this legacy, okay, so system, okay, so migration and workbench. Okay, yes. Okay, so legacy system migration workbench, this is the actual tool we have used in ECC to migrate to any other version of SAP. So what is the disadvantage of here is, so we need to undergo almost 14 steps. 14 steps to be carried out. Okay, so 14 steps to be carried out. So only then we can able to create one template. Okay, one template. So template in the sense, for an example, what we are going to migrate. So we are going to migrate the datas. What are the data? It can be a master data or it can be a transaction. For an example, if you take so what are the transactions we have? We have a purchase orders, we have a okay, so we have a purchase requisitions. Okay, so we have contracts, we have agreements. Like that, the documents will be there. That are all the things we need to carry forward to the next version. And also we have some of the masters also. So metal master, vendor master, like that master also there. Everything is need a template. You need a template. Okay, so we have to create a template. In that template, the users will fill the information. For an example, all the information, what are the vendor, what is the name, so what is the material, everything they will fill in this template. So again, this template we will upload into the system, this will run. So what will happen? I need to go through 14 steps and I need to create a template, and that template I need to fill with the user. Then again I want to upload into the system. So this will take very long time, and also it will be very complicated, because if you stuck somewhere in the 14 steps, then you will be stuck. Okay, this is the old one we are using for ECC. Okay, so now in S4 HANA we are using the new technology. It's called as LTMC, which stands for legacy, okay, so transformation, okay, so migration cockpit. Okay, so legacy, transformation, migration cockpit, this is actually the thing. So what we are going to have it here. Okay, so what is the advantage of this legacy, transformation, migration cockpit is, okay, so this 14 step is not required, only one step. What is the one step here? The only one step is you need to download the template. See, you need to download the template, very simple. You don't need to create the template. See, in LSW we are creating a template, but in LTMC we are not creating a template, we are downloading the template. It means already the template is available in the system. Already the template is available in the system. Okay, so you just want to download that. You just go there, you want which master, you can search, click on that, it will download. You download the template, and what we need to do, the second step, we want to fill the data. That's it, we want to fill the data. And what is the third step? Again, we want to upload the template. Simple. Within the 3 steps the work is done. Within 3 steps the total work is done, total migration itself it is done. But here it is not like 14 step you want to do only for preparing the template, then again you want to fill, again you want to upload, all these things. Okay, so but here it is very simple. That is what this LTMC is, very powerful tool in S4 HANA. It is only available in S4 HANA, not in ECC. Okay, yes, because some people will ask another thing. For an example, this LTMC is okay, so that is a standard template on all these things. For an example, if we have a custom fields, for an example, most of the customers now they are using custom fields. Okay, they are customizing the fields, creating new fields, all these things. This template will not suitable, right? So what I can do? Yes, we have a solution for that also. So we have another tool which is just what to say? It's a mother of this LTMC. It is called as LTMOM. So this MOM we call it as a mom of LTMC. Okay, what is this particular LTMC is? Okay, so this is legacy. Okay, so same transformation. Okay, so migration, object, okay, modeler. Okay, so in terms of customize, okay, if you want a customized template, so you can able to customize here. So there is no need of any technical person normally. So if you need any kind of help, you need to have a technical help here. So there is no technical help here. So just you can use this one, you can use a standard template, and whatever the customize you want to do, you can do within some few seconds, you can complete that. So it is a most powerful tool available in S4 HANA, the comparing with ECC. Right, I hope you got a clear idea, right? Yes. Okay, so coming back here, okay, so coming back here, yes. So the next thing is a master data here. Okay, next thing is a master data. Okay, so especially in ECC, so we can able to see the customer master, vendor master. These all things are the separate masters here. Okay, it is separately available. So customer is separate, the vendor is separate. All things we need to create separately. All these things in S4 HANA we don't have like that of structure. We have a centralized model called as business partner. So one of the key features in S4 HANA is called as business partner here. So we don't have the customer master, we don't have the vendor master. Okay, so we have a combined solution called business partner. Means normally what the people will do is the customer master will be created by salesperson and vendor master will be created by the MM person normally. Okay, they will create their own, but in the business partner it's centralized point. Okay, at one point all these things can be created at one point. Okay, so when you see in the live only you will understand that. Okay, don't worry, just understand the logic. Okay, so you have the difference on this. Okay, business partner, just remember the name, a business partner. Okay, that is the key difference between in the master data here. Okay, and next thing is an user interface. So the most important thing, so the user interface is nothing but how you are going to connect with SAP. Okay, you are going to connect with SAP. Okay, so before we are not having any kind of tools and all these things when we start initially, so we should be very close to the server, we need to connect, we should be wired, all these things, constraints are there, but now it is not a constraint. So we have a different tools here. In ECC we are using a tool called GUI. It is called as a graphical user interface. Okay, so the GUI stands for graphical user interface, one of the very powerful tool. So it is used as a primary tool for ECC. But in S4 HANA, so we are having the same GUI, but the GUI is used as a secondary tool. We are using here as a secondary tool. The primary tool we are using as a Fiori applications. What is this Fiori application is? It is a web-based, okay, so it is a web-based interface here. So the GUI you need to install in your laptop and you need to work. But this Fiori, there is no need of any installation. Directly you can connect with the URL. So the advanced level. But the thing is, the Fiori is in the development stage. It is not that much 100% fulfilled and it was implemented here, but it is in the development level. But in S4 HANA, they are claiming that Fiori will be the primary interface for that. Okay, the GUI will be the secondary, but it is our decision, so we can able to use both the things. If you use in Fiori or GUI, so both the things will give the result same. Okay, for an example, I will show you how it looks like. Yes, you can see this is how it will looks like. Okay, so it will be new for you. This page will be new for you. Don't worry. So we'll be going to see all these things. I'll just going to cover all these things, the navigation part, all these things. Don't worry. Okay, on the left side, you can see this is how the GUI user interface will be looks like. It is like a traditional users. All these things you can able to see. This is all things more traditional on the left side. On the right side, you can able to see, okay, this is the user interface. This is something new. So we can see visually it was enhanced. And this is based on the web. Okay, so you can just go for a URL and you can able to have that. And also you can able to use this Fiori in the mobile also, because it's an application. You can go to the Play Store or Apple Store and you can download the Fiori application and you can able to work on that also. So that is also an advantage. Okay, GUI we cannot able to work on the mobile phones and all other things, only in PC or laptop. But here in Fiori we can able to work on the PC, laptop, tablets, wherever we want we can able to work on this one. So in terms of security level also, so we need to have a better clarity on this. Okay, so it is not like always I need to carry the laptop and all these things. So wherever I have, so even I have a mobile, I can able to work from home anywhere. So that is what actually it is claimed by so SAP to have this. Okay, yes. We will see that. So we will get into the system. We will understand now I just making you comfort on SAP. Okay, so make yourself comfortable, just learn this. Okay, just have an idea about this, what are the things we are having. Then when we go into the system, you will get a clarity. Okay, right. Okay, so now the final differences here you can able to see. We have a material ledger. What is this material ledger? So previously in ECC we don't have anything called as material ledger. You can see it is option. So it is option, but in S4 HANA it is mandatory. This material ledger is mandatory. What is this material ledger is all about? Okay, so when you go into the master data, especially in the material master, we are going to see one of our key master data in So that time you will get a clarity on that. So now for your understanding, all our material transaction can be captured in a transparency in this material ledger. So normally we can able to find only where it goes, where this metal goes, where it is getting consumed. That is what we know, right? So indirectly how this material is getting the actuals, what is the actual cost of this material, so where it is getting consumed, okay, what is the actual cost of this, how it is going to the finance. Especially this metal ledger will be very effective for the finance to get the actual cost of a material, how much you are buying, how much you are using, everything you can able to get it with a very transparency in this material ledger here. One of the very powerful tool that is mandatory in S4 HANA. Okay, you need to activate that, then only it will work. Okay, so that is mandatory in S4 HANA. So this is one of the key features available here. Okay, and the final difference here, okay, so we have the warehouse management module. Okay, in ECC it is called as a warehouse management, but in S4 HANA it is called as extended warehouse management module. So what is the difference? So we added some additional features like that. So we have integrated with the transportation management. Okay, so we have integrated with other supporting modules also in this extended warehouse management. So actually this is a sister concern of So we are learning right? So actually this is a sister concern of So we have a lot of sister concerns. We have Ariba, we have transportation management, we have extended warehouse management. These are the sister concerns. So only thing is, these all things additionally we need to buy. For an example, if you want to use this, we want to additionally buy a license, then only we can able to use that. Okay, I think we didn't see anything about the license. On the next session, what we are going to have is, so let's see about the okay, so the cost of SAP, the weightage of SAP, and we can able to see the projects implementation. So that time you will understand the better clarity that. Okay, yes. Okay, so this we need to buy an additional license, then only we can use those the customers who is having more number of warehouses. For an example, they have different warehouses, they have the warehouse culture in the sense, then they can go for extended warehouse management. But they have only one plant, they are storing all their things in that only one plant, in the sense this is not required. So they have one plant but 2-3 warehouses, in the sense this will be very very helpful, because warehouse management is just a sister concern of so it can be integrated very strongly. Okay, yes. Anyway, so these all the comparison, these all the differences between the ECC and S4HANA, most trending topic here. So I hope you got that understanding very clearly. Okay, so on the next session we will be having about the weightage of SAP, what will be the cost, because we are just saying always SAP is costlier, right? So what will be the cost? So if a customer buys an SAP, okay, if a customer wants to buy SAP, what will be the cost? And how the project, or what are the different type of projects we have in SAP. Okay, so how we are going to implement that SAP. So what is the scope of a functional consultant, everything we are going to see on this particular part on the next session. Okay, so yes, so thank you so much for the session. Thank you.